It's been a while since I did one of these solo, but welcome in. This is going to be round number 4, and it's looking like a crazy tournament. We were live earlier, but I had to take over. Hopefully Jay feels better, but here we are. Let's go into the quick metagame while we wait for the next pairings. We do have 23 Mega Blaziken and Greninja. You know what's kind of crazy with this? This was like spewed by by number 1 player. It's kind of interesting, like the last couple of tournaments we have been seeing a lot of these, and yeah. Wait, without further ado, actually, let's get into the next round because we might actually have the next round. So round number 4 is up. Let me see if I could pull that up, and I'll make the notification. Actually, no, Solomon got that. And then so the people that we're gonna spectate for round number 4 is gonna be Ida. Let me see if I could find them on here. So if we go into the metagame, standing pairings, Control F. Here we go. We got a good matchup to spectate. We got Sleepy Mewtwo. Mew. They're playing Hydreigon. They're also playing Hydreigon. Let's see. This is the list that they're currently working with. So let me grab that and put it on the stream. Bang. It's kind of funny how like this deck has, kind of developed over the seasons, but here we are coming full circle, and I believe it's going to be a mirror match if I am not wrong. But let's switch over to the Discord. Hopefully they're streaming their matches. Actually, hold up. We might pivot. Give me 1 second. Pairings. You know what? I'm down to let's watch Supreme's matchup. Here we go. We have Supreme's matchup here. Let me pull up the screen so you guys have a correct representation on what's going on here. It does look like we're seeing Koraidon and Mega Lucario versus that Blaziken and Greninja. You guys already know this deck has been popping off, and now I really want to see. Now I'm actually curious on how it really does perform in the meta right now. So we'll grab Supreme's list and then we'll download that one. And then afterwards we'll grab, let's see, the Blaziken one. Yeah, that one's looking kind of stacked, I'm not gonna lie. There might be an advertisement. Oh well, sue me. You guys could see the bang. All right, now that we have everything in place, I think we're in a good position to finally commentate and see what's going on here. Right now, Supreme is definitely dominating with the Hitmontop here. The fact that he's getting that early swings, getting rid of the Froakie, he had enough chances, he had enough time to get rid of that, so that's pretty cool. But Jay over there has a combustion, so basically he could just drop a Mega Blaziken out of nowhere whenever. But then again, we do have Supreme here. He has the Mega Lucario, you know, right there waiting to be dropped. So he's also doing his own counterplay with Heatmore, which, you know, this literally becomes like a back row battle. And it really comes down to, do you want to sacrifice one of the Riolus here? Because, like, you know, in a world where you sacrifice a Riolu, you could just swing cleanly on the combustion and putting pressure, because you do have a Cyrus. You don't want to risk getting Cyrus yourself, so he's just gonna bait and have that Riolu get knocked out. Not only that, he didn't even have to go for the combustion, because simply being is he has access to the Koraidon, he has access to Mega Lucario, he has access to Cyrus, so he's kind of in a, you know, pretty much chill position. So he could just come out there swinging with anything that's heavy. But that copycat is going to be huge, and could it be enough to turn the tides for Jay right now? Because it ain't looking that pretty, I'm just gonna tell you that much. That's like the last thing you want to see a Blaziken player do, is copycat, because most likely they're about to have like all the resources in the world right now. Supreme is definitely up 1 point, you know, so that's something you have to be, you know, really in conscience for. So I don't know where you go from this, but let's see it. Let me just make sure I could put out the stream. Oh man, that's not good. Okay, it looks like, what are we gonna do? We're going to evolve the one in the back. Looks like he's gonna go for the X speed play here. Technically, the swing would have been nice here too. Like, I mean, he has enough HP to like not die from a Blaziken, so either way, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I feel like getting the Hitmontop out there, swinging into like something else would have been pretty good too, because like at this point you don't really care if they waste a Cyrus to drag out a Mega Lucario, because you do have access to Cyrus anyways to pull out anything else. But let me see if they play Hand Disruption. They do not play Hand Disruption, so here we are. Mega Blaziken comes out. I hope it didn't freeze. Okay, cool. Again, we are spectating the viewers, so if you see any lag in the battle, it's not my computer, I swear. You could see my face cam going off, so yeah. So the Cyrus is there as a win condition. He's already flashing his hand, but yeah, no, that's pretty good for him, I'm not gonna lie. Going in for the easy 120, getting the quick burn, doesn't matter, because he could just finish this game with Cyrus, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Game number 1 going to Supreme. I don't know. Could fighting actually... So, the one thing I didn't mention, right, in the beginning of this, is fighting probably looks pretty nice now. Just for the simple fact that you have, like, the meta change. You have all these Blazikens. You have all these Steelix. I mean, Scizors. Like, the meta is shifting quick. Like, you know, people could not handle that sleep scam Altaria, so you know, all of these scissors had to come out into play in order to deal with that. Let me advertise the stream because I know for a fact this ain't getting advertised. But it does look like Supreme is going second. Lucario going second is pretty nice. Starting off with the most optimal lead here. Oh yeah, by the way, there is a 10-minute delay, so ooh, getting the Torchic lead, that's tough. Having Copycat Pokeball, Karina, and Research, that's not bad either. Alright, yeah, like I said, let me stop getting distracted and do what I gotta do. Alright, so drawing into, well, getting the other Hitmontop with the Pokeball, which is kind of nice, dropping it, and then copycatting for max value here. Do we get the Riolu? Because that's going to be the most important card. Gets all of the Lucarios, but does not see one Riolu. That's insane. But, you know, you could be in a worse position too, but at the same time, he's going to get rid of his X speeds right now because he does not want to get reverse copycat as his opponent plays 2. So, you know, minimizing it is pretty good right now. So, there is a reason why all these plays are happening the way they're happening. Okay, so what are we looking at? Oh, so he's using that new card to search the what do you call it? Stage 2. It could be anything. It could be the Greninja. It could be the Blaziken. But at this point, you know, he's just playing it cool at this point because the simple fact that Hitmontop could just like enable Cyrus, you know, it's not smart to just go in there and rare candy recklessly. But having access to the PCL in this matchup is pretty nice because you do have access to get rid of the burn and then start swinging. That Torchic is living on hopes and dreams right now. That's all I have to say. But, you know, the Blaziken definitely has to come out. You know, Supreme is not looking good in this situation because he definitely needs to find a Riolu desperately. Whether it be his draw or maybe he might consider the copycat, but you do risk losing both your Mega Lucarios as well. So don't know if that's going to be the play because he is dumping his hand as well. So you know, there is actually a professor's research in hand, so that might get him there as well. This heads or tails is gonna be huge. He gets the tail, so he's pretty much chilling. I mean, he's gonna get burnt to death. So the Hitmontop in the back is going to get like free damage, but luckily we were able to get the Pokeball, so we could find the Riolu and then get the most value of that professor's research. You do have, you know, both Mega Lucarios in hand as well. So let's see what is gonna happen here. Bumping the stadium out is huge here because now Jay can't take advantage of that, you know, of that forest to try to find his missing pieces to complete a Greninja. So it's gonna be kind of a sacrifice here. I'm looking at the list for the Blaziken player. He's not playing like a Sabrina or anything like that, so it's not like they're gonna have to fight through this Hitmontop if they want to get over it. But it's still pretty huge because Lucario is gonna come in there hitting for a good amount of damage because he does have the arena on the state, on the field. So there's a lot going on here. It's definitely a lot going on here. 4-card hand is kind of insane. Dropping the heat more. So I wonder if, yeah, he's retreating definitely is the right choice here. But, you know, you're still really in the early game. Do you want to risk, like, using a Cyrus here? Yeah, to end the game here, all he has to do is, you know, put the... How many cards does he have in deck? 3? Does he want to get rid of that Cyrus? Damn, that was kind of lucky. Imagine the world where that didn't happen, you know? But he's just going to go in, and he's going to go in with the Koraidon. That's insane to me. Because Jay already has 1 point here. Hold on, I'm hella confused. He could have ended the game in the following turn if he just put the energy on Lucario, right? That he would have had 2 energies. Sacrifice to him on top. Well, I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't have been game because Hitmontop is 2 retreat costs. I just realized that. So he would have been low-key stuck with that. And yeah, nah, that wouldn't have been a good look. So yeah, Koraidon was kind of mandatory here. We know there's a guaranteed Cyrus in hand. Probably a guaranteed Greninja play coming out next turn. So, you know, it's not looking good. But there is... He does have the Flame Patch, right? I'm pretty sure the play is going to be Flame Patch, Attach Energy, Swing. If he hasn't used it. I'm pretty sure he hasn't used it all game, so... All we have to do is wait and see and, you know, see how this plays out. The opponent ended up conceding. Holy, so it looks like Supreme is moving on and taking this one. So, that's insane. GG's to him, GG's. So let me see if I could pull up another game for you guys. So let's go back here. See who's still playing. So if we go into... Do we have anybody streaming right now? Check out Sakura if he's still playing. Nah, I don't think they're... Let's see. I mean, looks like Prelux might still be playing. Let me check what it looks like over here. I think this might be like a viewer battle. I'm not gonna cap. Yeah, Prelux already won his match, so this is something else. I'm gonna look into the Discord to see if anybody else is playing their match. Nothing yet. We could just look at the metagame right now while we wait. We do have, let me double check. We have 20 minutes. We have one open match. So let me double check what's going on here. Let's actually take a quick peek of the standings right here. So currently we have what do you call it? Mega Einstein? Instant? I can't even pronounce his name, but he is currently 3-0 with the Mega Blaziken and Greninja. But let me see what he currently is at right now. So currently he's still playing his matchup, so they're still you know, waiting to see. Gorgeist is also undefeated, but I want to see with this guy. Oh, it's a mirror match. The mirror match sounds like it would be terrible. Whoever gets the Greninja Cyrus play first basically will be there. Kabesu is definitely undefeated here, playing the Gorgeist. Gorgeist is definitely not a bad choice for this format. Like, overall, the fact that you have access to Comfy is kind of crazy. You have access to Jirachi as well, so I mean, not to mention you're dealing 70 damage for like 1 energy. That's kind of insane. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Gorgeist. Gorgeist just hits like a truck for free, and then just makes everything one shot for your Mega Altaria. We do have a lot of 3-0s going into this round. Do we have anything that's kind of, you know, more out there interesting? We do have a Zoroark that's out there undefeated as well. They're playing Mezagoza. I have mixed feelings on this card because I don't think this card is that great. I'm gonna keep it a stack because I feel like that card is designed for your opponent to always get it, but holy, it does look like he is definitely undefeated as well. This could be another interesting matchup, you know, moving on in the following games as well too. Let's see what else we have here. See, like, Suicune, Sweetbacks, I feel like was such a great meta call type of a deck. Because just like the way that Blaziken is overshadowing everything in this tournament, like, and you're seeing the rise of that, I feel like it plays really well into that, and you know, it could definitely sneak in there, and it has 23, you know, representative. You know, Blaziken Greninja has 23 representations, while Suicune Bax is at 15, so it's pretty solid out here. I do like that people are trying out the Lowland Mug for the Miraidon and stuff like that. Surprisingly, there's only 4 Mega Scizor. You know, I feel like the deck could pop off here. It could definitely pop off. But yeah, currently we have 54 matches out of 66 completed. So we'll get that, you know, all settled pretty soon. Let me see if anybody else... Nah, nobody else is streaming their match currently. Alright, so we got like literally 5 more matches we're waiting for. So for right now, we'll go to the standing page, and I will be right back. Alright, so the new round is up. Let's get this started. Alright, so new round. Let me find you guys a match to spectate. Alright, I think I have one for you. Now let me just grab that for you. We got Porygon 3 over here. Alright, so Porygon 3 is starting off with the Sleep Altaria, but we have the Tech Altaria over here, the one that uses Fly. I haven't really seen this tech be used, but you know, I'm interested to see on how this plays out. And we are playing against Don Zio. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. But it definitely is a, what do you call it? Zoroark deck for real. Okay, so let me grab Porygon's list. It's definitely an interesting list going on here with Aerodactyl. You guys might find this quite interesting, I'm not gonna lie. So let me pull it up. Oh yeah, I have to get rid of these. I feel like there are a million cards here. But that's alright. Now I'm gonna pull up the other guys. So I have his list up. Alright, here we go. Sorry, I had to pay attention to what was going on with these deck lists. So, yeah. My bad, I'm just doing something real quick. Alright, so you guys probably have better insight to see what was going on here. It does look like, yo, Zoroark just kind of just obliterated this field. Or, you know, I guess Porygon didn't really have that much to put on, just a Swablu and a Igglybuff. He definitely needs to find more Pokemon, but, you know, it overall is looking kind of cooked for him at the end of the day. And it does look like Zoroark is going to be taking game number 1, and I do like that they're playing a Roaring Moon as of now, so that definitely is the new way to play it. I'm pretty sure, because like, you know, a lot of these players are playing it. I know there are believers that don't like it, but you know, it does definitely have a good Sabrina-esque effect. So, but yeah, does look like we are gonna move into the next game for sure, for sure. Okay, so heading into the next game. Yeah, it is looking a little shaky. Again, I was not prepared to randomly start streaming this. It has been a long time since I streamed a tournament of mine, but here we are heading into game number 2. Okay, so here we're getting the Dunsparce. So Dunsparce is definitely, you know, kind of cool to utilize, because like if you could get the Dunsparce to pop off, you know, just discard 2 random energy from your opponent. That's pretty much, you know, enough to like stall them and everything like that. And Fly Altaria, I'm pretty sure it's there to deal like Oricorios, but I'm, you know, more interested in the Aerodactyl cook. Like, you know, Porygon does pop off, so, you know, there might be a reasoning for this madness here. But, you know, starting off with a Darkrai could definitely help if he does not see the Bombardier, because if Bombardier doesn't show up, he's definitely going to be in trouble. And the simple fact that you could, you know, here just retreat for free and start sleeping. But the only problem here too is, you know, 2 attachments to Darkrai, even if it's not able to retreat, could definitely knock out the Igglybuff. And in this position right now, it can make Darkrai attack quicker. But he does also not fear, but there is a reality where the Dunsparce could come in and slow them down. So that's another aspect to, you know, look out for. Okay, so we are seeing the Zoroark, still no Bombardier. Professor's research trying to maybe look for it. Hey, and it's there, pulling up. Are we gonna see the 1 energy and retreat, or are we just gonna stay in with Darkrai and start building it out? Because like, in reality, if he just waits and then just takes a hit here, you could just manually evolve the Zoroark, attach 1 energy and pop off. So, you know, there are multiple ways to get around this as well. So he drew a Pokeball, and, you know, at this point, I think going for the research is definitely a good play to see if you could get something better. But getting the Altaria and the Dunsparce as well too, it's kind of crazy. Not to mention Mega Altaria, right? So I'm gonna drop off the Swablu. Dunsparce could really, you know, slow them down in 1 turn, but you have a heavy retreat cost. Like, is that something you really want to be locked into? Because if you're locked into the Dunsparce, I don't think it's a great. It would be a great time for you, you know. So I think here, yeah, I think you just sacrifice it, get the full use of the dunce bars. He does have access. Let me pull up his deck again. He does have access to maybe, so he has an Iggly buff in the deck. He has what do you call it? A Darkrai. No, the Iggly buff is on the field. He has a Darkrai and he has the Amber, I guess. He has 2 Ambers, but like the Ambers are definitely not there for him. It's funny. The Sightseer has like, he has a Sightseer and most of the stage 1 Pokemon that he needs, so it's kind of insane. So we're gonna see the retreat like we mentioned last turn for the Zoroark and then go hard here. And the Roaring Moon is just gonna come out here and force a Sabrina. See how crazy this card is? A lot of people were saying that this card wasn't that great, but you know, all I'm seeing is, you know, some crazy plays from this right here. I'm telling you, it's kind of insane. He got the most craziest copycat, the most valued copycat right now as well too. So, you know, I feel like sending out Altaria at this point would be like not so great. It would be like insane. Is there only 10 seconds on the clock too? Yeah, there was. But goodbye Igglybuff, no more sleep unless you do regular Altaria. I mean regular Swablu. It's definitely a tough position here because you could definitely start swinging. He doesn't have a attacker like in the back, but the problem is, yeah, you don't have access to that Altaria full power. So, oh, there's the old Amber, by the way. I mean, at this point, I feel like that the Dunsparce is like gonna be sacrificed anyways. So I feel like evolving here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, if your opponent sees that you have a retreat cost of 3, he can just start building up everything else on the board to try to revenge kill the Altaria. So definitely a tricky situation to be in. But the Mega Altaria also does have you know, 1 energy already there, so no rush to play the energy for sure. I took away the deck for sure, but the deck is definitely there now. But yeah, there's definitely no rush for that. The Swablu is coming out. Now, the good thing here, it does put the Zoroark in a one-shot KO situation, and everything else on the bench should be, you know, close to one-hit KO. And I don't feel like the Darkrai is gonna be that quick, but that's kind of unfortunate. The PCL was in hand, going back all the way to 150. That's definitely gonna hinder his plays here. So. Yeah, the Altaria is just gonna take a free 90 damage, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, there really isn't another way out of this, because let's just be real, with all that card advantage, I wouldn't be surprised if he's holding like a Cyrus or something like that as well too. Like Alicia to just burn a card, but like, you know, your opponent finally got the value they needed from that copycat. So I think, you know, they're already in a good position. That Aerodactyl could definitely help, but not with the Bombardier. Bombardier is just too nasty. So it looks like we're gonna have to depend on Sleep Scam. Good old Sleep Scam, but the only thing, he does only play 1 Mega Alt, so that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, no, it does look like Dawn is in the dominating position here for sure. I mean, it's not out of the realm where, you know, Sleep could also just come out of nowhere and win this game. It's definitely not out of the realm of possibilities. Let's just be real. It's Tails. They wasted their PCL early on in the game. Remember that. Sleep is still strong. I mean, technically, if they have enough time to maybe build up the Aerodactyl, they could pop off, but I don't know. It just looks cooked. In Porygon's situation here, is like, how do you come back from this? Because if you ask me, it's tough. And you have all of the healing, making that Zoroark more annoying. So that Zoroark is literally not going to go away anytime soon. We do have Will, but yeah, I don't know. This is looking cooked. It's looking cooked. I mean, the Zoroark is still asleep. The Zoroark is still asleep. Darkrai in the back is ready to deal 100 damage whenever, so it's just not looking promising for him. Three cards left. I know one of them is the Altaria. I mean, Cyrus might be one of them. And then Sightseer. He hasn't used Sightseer, so those are probably the three cards left in his deck. Does he have healing? Wow. The fact that this thing stayed asleep for as long as it did is giving all the opportunity for Porygon to come out and I don't know. But the fact that he has 2 points, it just makes it cooked, you know? He has Aerodactyl to like stall as well. What I'm thinking he could just stall out the old Amber as well too. Like, just drop it to the grave. Yeah, it's kind of cooked. It wasn't looking that promising, so it looks like he ended the stream. But yeah, that was that game. Maybe we could see Supreme, see what Supreme's up to. Undefeatable. That's a funny name. Let me check if anybody's streaming. Might be playing their rounds right now. We could probably pull up Jimbo if he's still... Yeah, it does look like Jimbo is still playing on his match, so let's check that out real quick. So right now, Jimbo is playing Chen Pao into Sui backs. He does have the hand covered for sure. So like, yeah, nah, it's kind of crazy. He is in a weird position here too, because I mean the Chen Pao could definitely come out and knock something out. I can't see how many points he has for sure, but he could definitely stall with more sleep if he just goes back into Igglybuff. Or if he has the Mega Altaria, he could just pop off. He's going for the sleep. The simple fact that the double Darkrai setup is already at play here is kind of insane. So right now he's just depending on this Baxcalibur to stay asleep. Is he getting to stay asleep? I don't know. How many of y'all like sleep scam? Heads, it woke up, it woke up. This is huge, this is huge. W, and the starting planes. Starting planes is definitely going to be good for the other Pokemon in the back. So yeah, and it's over. He definitely needed that in order to win. He put himself in a position where, you know, heads or tails was either gonna end it or not. So GG's. I don't know if this is game 3 or game 2 or game 3. By the way it's looking like, it might have been probably game 2, game 3. Yeah, it does look like it's probably Sex still playing. Let's find out. I think they probably ended. They're definitely 2-2 right now in the tournament as well. Prelux. What is Prelux? Yeah, no, I think Prelux is been cooked. Trying to pull up Supreme's game right now, and I can't find anything. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, since we just have so much other time, we're just gonna wait until the next round. So I'll put the music, and then we'll see you in the following. next round is up, and we're probably gonna spectate, what do you call it, Jimbo here, because his match, he does look like he's kind of, what do you call it, 4-1 with Sweetbacks, which is definitely a good call in this metagame, heading into the next round. So it's pretty good. So let's see if he's getting ready to match up with his opponent. I think that's exactly what they're doing right now. So let's just wait it out until he matches up. But, you know, that being said, let's go into the quick standings to see what's going on. In the standings, you know, we do have a 5-0 Mega Lucario and him on top. So could this be the week, could this be what, you know, fighting decks really needed? Lucario is kind of insane because, you know, it was phased out of the format in the beginning because, you know, there was a lot of Espeon and Altaria out there. And, you know, we do have a regular... Oh, wait. I think this dude is streaming in the Discord. Hold up. Let me double check. Okay, actually, we do have a game here, and let me just see if I can pull him up. Let me see if I can find the duck list, and I'll update that for you guys. Okay, I got him. This is actually a good match to pull up. They're fighting for their lives right now. So should be in the layout right here. Nice. And then I'm gonna take the opponent's deck. It's basically the same. It's basically the same one that's on the screen right now. So we have a full-on Zoroark right here, just taking on a Torchic. It's kind of crazy how like Zoroark could just come in here and start sweeping out of nowhere. It's just pretty funny. So here we go. Getting the first point. Ojit Tick ends up getting the first point. And right now, Johto Jero is definitely in a tough position. Unfortunately, it's like, what do you do here? The combustion is here. Now, could combustion definitely change the fate here? I mean, you could really use Copycat, search for that one basic Pokemon, and then just go for game. Honestly, attack for 90. So drop the cape, and then you just pray that you get a basic Pokemon. If he doesn't get a basic out of this... Okay, Pokeball, that's game. Damn, he was kind of close to not getting a Pokemon. It's over. That's game number 1 going to OG Tick. Ojit Tick. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But, yeah, that's him right there. Let's go. Wait, what's going on? Did it just die? Okay, I was about to say, we need that gameplay. Yeah, it's kind of weird that it's kind of flashing. Alright, so it does look like, you know, the Bombardier deck is gonna go first. Zoroark deck is gonna go first. Starting off with Zoroark is pretty strong here, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, drawing 2. You know, he definitely has like the most insane start. Johto would have to, you know, have a lot if he really wants to, you know, compete here, because like the simple fact that Zoroark could attack for 1 energy, and you know, all he needs is 1 more basic in order to start, you know, knocking out that Torchic. For 1 energy is crazy, you know. Okay, there's the Heatmore. Heatmore is definitely in play for sure, but are we gonna retreat? Because it is, you know, there is a high chance that your opponent could definitely have, you know, what they need in order to pop off with the Zoroark. So at this point, you just really never know. We're just gonna go for the swing, getting a little bit greedy here. That's enough. That's enough to knock out the Torchic. You're gonna use Professor's Research to thin out the deck a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. There's just I just don't see another way where this Torchic could Blaziken player could come back. It does look like Zoroark definitely has a winning matchup on these stage 2 decks, because like this deck is able to output a lot of damage as fast as possible, which is kind of major. It's kind of smart, you know, saving that empty slot. You know, you don't want to put anything out there. You do risk of getting that, what do you call it? You do risk getting that Mega Absol in KO range if somehow he gets a Blaziken out here. So, ooh, this Copycat. Does he get the Torchic? He's gonna need the Torchic if he wants to keep fighting in this game. Because the Blaziken is definitely, of course, Cyrus as well. But nah, it's just gonna be Rare Candy into Greninja. That's kind of unfortunate. There's not much you could really do here. It's kind of cooked. Because now you could safely drop like a Zoroark and then just end. Or you could drop even the Darkrai at this point, because you don't really have to do much. You got the Bombardier controlling everything, so you could just get free 20 pings everywhere while you swing for 90. So you're essentially swinging for 111, and your opponent can't really do anything. At this point, yeah, it's just looking like a steamroll. I mean, I don't even think the Copycat is going to put him in a position to win here unless he has access to like a rare candy. Even if he does have, he has to have Rare Candy, Blaziken, and Rare Candy, Blaziken, and of course the Cyrus. That's literally Johto Gero's win con here. And also he needs to hit you know, more than 2. Let's see what he has in hand. Does he have anything? He's at 140. Wait, why did the game freeze? Does he have it? No way, we're heading into a game number 3 here. He had the Blaziken. He didn't even have to Cyrus the thing out. He definitely took a huge gamble here. And we couldn't even tell if the Cyrus was in hand because he dropped the Professor's Research. That's kind of insane. You ended up losing because of that. Wow. Mega Blaziken popping off. So right now we're heading into the next game. So hopefully we could see what's going on here. W. Jodo Gerald. Alright, starting off with Bombardier is definitely not the way you want to start most of your games. But unfortunately, if it has to be that way, it has to be that way. But he does have access to double copycat, which is kind of great here. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to copycat this hand away because, like, you literally have nothing to put on the board. Oh man, this is an insane amount of brick. No way. Say it ain't so. The rise of Mega Blaziken and Torchic is kind of just insane. There's a Froakie, for sure. Heatmore popping off. I'm just really surprised that, you know, this deck combination in this format is actually working pretty well, you know? It's the scary part is the more time you give you know, Blaziken to build up, the scarier it gets. But no way, there is no basics to be seen in hand, and all you could do is swing for a quick 30. Honestly, Flame Patch Blaziken, Flame Patch, who's getting it? Okay, the Blaziken is definitely out here. That's kind of insane. Super high roll here. There's definitely no reason to put that energy on the Heatmore because, like, there's nothing to hit. But yo, this Professor's Research better get him a Pokeball. I mean, a basic. That's actually nice because now he could definitely pick up the knockout here if he really wanted to. But, you know, still kind of scary to get that knockout because, you know, are you going to send out the Absol? Are you going to put the energy on the Absol, or are you going to go on the Darkrai? Because in the following turn, if you want to swing with the Darkrai, I mean with the Absol, you're going to have to, you know, commit 2 energies to that. And then Heatmore could definitely open the gates for Cyrus, so, you know, you have to go for that. Okay, Greninja's out. He has the perfect storm. It's kind of over here. Like, what do you do from this position? Blaziken's out. He could definitely go. Oh, okay, Cyrus is definitely here. The Cyrus is definitely here. That is a power play right now. This is a power play showing that you have the Cyrus. And now that you have only, you know, 2 EXs that are not so great to swing, it's kind of tough. It's looking over. Perhaps he... Not even the cape, because, like, cape doesn't give him enough. But he does play 1 flame patch, so this buys him 1 turn. Could this 1 turn be enough for him to survive? Again, flame patch is not a real thing in this game right now, so in this matchup, because it has been used. We are retreating into Roaring Moon, though. I wonder where the energy placement will go here. Combustion is coming out on the field. That's pretty interesting. Professor's research. Opening more doors, more time for Cyrus's. So, you know, and you do have access to the cast form as well, too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it has been used already. Flame patch. No, it has not been used. Doesn't seem like he had, well, he just used, what do you call it? Professor's research. So he's not going to be able to Cyrus, but he definitely has the Cyrus now for sure. He's going to have to find a way. Yeah, nah, it's cooked. Unfortunately, the Zoroark could not come into play as fast as he wanted. He could definitely stall here, but like I don't think it's gonna be enough to, you know, get him where he has to be. I mean, if he's just trying to be funny, he could just go into the Torchic. Or he could just ping the back row and then just like put the energy retreat and attack with the cast form. I think it might be the play. Yeah. He's just trying to burn that. Welcome in, Mr. Flo. I know there's a 10-minute delay, but yeah. There's a lot of action in this rounds, so that's pretty good. And this is round number 6, thank God. Copycat is definitely going to help him. He does need everything that he could get. Right now, honestly, this Camp Pop, if he could get this all the way to full health, this would be huge. He has to just get to the point where he won't be knocked out. That's unfortunate. Because the existence of Greninja being there, it's just not looking real. Even if you put, you know, Darkrai with 160, it's just that Greninja's just gonna seal the deal. But good games for sure. Let me see if I could pull up. I said I was gonna pull up Jimbo earlier. Let me see if Jimbo is still playing. So it looks like I can't tell if this is game number 1 or game number 2. I'm reading the chat. It might be scam that could have got him. Oh yeah, he lost the round. Unfortunate. There is one more round left for sure. And 32 matches completed. Octavia, is he in chat? On Discord? Where's my Discord? Who's playing right now? Let me see if Porygon's still playing. We do got a match. Porygon does look like he's in the lead here too. With the Fly Altaria. Fly Altaria is popping off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna pretend like I know what this deck is supposed to do, but it definitely does look kind of crazy. He is in a tough position for sure. Yeah, getting the paralyze here would be kind of huge. Oh, nah, it didn't get it. Altaria is one shot too. Now, the simple fact that he has everything in hand too is kind of insane. Going for Sightseer, I think he already has everything that he needs from his deck. That's gonna be it for that. GG's. It was just not a winning position because he definitely had the Cyrus, he had the Karinas, he had everything in order to, you know, come back and win this game. Let's go back into the standings. Okay, so we have 38 matches out of 49 completed. A few of these guys are still playing, and while they play, we'll leave the standings up here so you guys could take a look at what's dominating, and I shall be right back. All right, so we are in round number 7. Again, this is going to be a lifeline for a lot of opponents, a lot of players. They need to be 7-0 if they really want to advance here. Let's go into the pairings and see who we could find here. We can see the Jimbo and Missigno. What is Missigno playing? Oh, he's playing Maridon. This would be actually a good matchup to find. So let's actually open this. And then we could download. Let's go to Jimbo's stream. Hopefully he's already trying to match up with his opponent. Okay, so we have a game here. Let's go. See if I can make it smaller. Because at least here we could see like the deck. Alright, so does look like we have the Maridon start. Which, you know, Missigno, let me see if I can pull up Missigno's deck right here. So Missigno does play the double variant of Maridon. So we'll just have, because like the space on the screen, it's not going to be that great. We'll just have his deck list on here. But, you know, the Maridon is definitely out on the field. It definitely looks like the Maridon player does not have any access to any of the Magnetons. You do have double Chen Pao here. I mean, double Fridge backs. So all he needs is one more back Excalibur, and now he could actually start going in, doing some good damage here. Well, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? And of course, you don't want to recklessly drop your Magnemites out here while there is a Suicune just chilling right in front of you. Because, you know, that could definitely stack up real quick. So let's see if Missigno has access to the Turos. He does play double Turo. Let me just verify with you guys. Yes, he is playing 2 Turo, 2 Maridon, and 2 Mirror Shot Magnemites. I mean, Magnet Zones. This is definitely a tough position for the Maridon player. Simply now he could definitely do 80 damage, right? Oh, there's a double back Excalibur. This is looking like it's highly on a what do you call it, Jimbo's favor for sure. Let me make sure there's not anything going on here. So game number 1, going to Jimbo for sure. That's not bad. That was definitely a quick sweep there. So right now, Jimbo looks like he's getting ready to connect with his opponent. While we wait on that, we could definitely take a quick peek here. Where's Jimbo? This is the opponent's deck. I know you guys didn't really get a good visual, but here's the visual while we wait for them to connect. I don't know. The Chen Pao definitely does look like it could put up a fight. Well, I mean, to be fair, that was kind of like super high roll, if you ask me. That did kind of pop off. No match yet. Okay, here we are. No way, this is the same start. This is kind of insane. The fact that we just got the same Suicune and Miraidon into a copycat for 4. That's actually pretty good. Did we get the fridge backs? That's gonna be the main question here. The opponent, I believe, does not play Stadium. That's why he dropped it. So, and doesn't have a way to get rid of it. So it's super safe for sure. They got the back Excalibur, but they are missing the key piece. Alicia is definitely gonna come out here. He could be safe now to drop all of the Magnemites, so he could actually pop off now. So, you know, not always starting Miraidon is bad, you know, because you do have an option to Turo it away, or you could summon another Miraidon to get it all the way to the back and repeat the cycle all over again. So you definitely have multiple options, and neither are wrong, you know? There's so much back Excalibur in hand. They need to see a Fridge Backs. There we go. Fridge Backs is on the field finally. But not really much that they could do at this point. And not to mention, they definitely made Miraidon stronger. So, with 160 HP. That's not a good sign for sure, because seeing the, what do you call it, double Magneton. It's good for missing though, not for Jimbo. Because now he could just, you know, automatically get 3 energy guaranteed for this turn. Well, 4 energy if you want to include the one that he's adding. And then you could stack another 3 for the following turn too. So it only gets better right now for the Miraidon player. Not to mention that Suicune is weak to Miraidon Electric, so it's gonna basically nullify the starting planes as well. Gonna go for the copycat here. Let's see if he could find something good. He definitely needs to find another basic. And there it is. He gets to find Pokeball as well, so now he could choose what he wants on that slot. But guaranteed, it's always going to be the fridge backs here. That's going to go in for a free 100. No way. They got all of that out and then a Pokeball. I definitely see Miraidon coming out. This thing's gonna hit like a truck. But he did not Turo, so... The fact that that hit for exactly what he needed is insane. You know, this is a good game to definitely spectate. We are heading into a game number 3. You know, Miraidon EX definitely did pop off here when it needed to pop off, so yeah. It's kind of insane. Goes to show you the Miraidon start isn't that bad. So as soon as they match up, I'll pull it back up on screen. I think they're still waiting to match with each other. Okay, I was just doing a judge call. So we got Miraidon start with Suicune start, but this is looking a little more cracked here. So it was looking like a Magneton type of game, a Magnezone type of a game. Chen Pao's here. Now do we have the Fridge Backs? Fridge Backs could pop off here. Charging up for dear life here. There's the other Magnemite. This is looking kind of stressful. There is no what do you call it, Baxcalibur out here yet. He is missing a key piece in order to pop off. It looks like we're just gonna go in heavy with the Miraidon and start swinging. Super aggro play here. The fact that the energy was placed on Magneton kind of tells me he's going for the Magnezone play in the following turn. Maybe even Toro definitely needs the Magneton for the follow-up play, but you know, 100 damage is pretty nice. That's rather unfortunate. Jimbo didn't get what he needed. That's rough. He was really betting on getting that Chen Pao play so he could get rid of the Magneton in the back. Because right now it's just like, yeah, it's not looking pretty. I have yet to try out the double Miraidon build, but I really want to check it out one of these days. But the starting planes is going to hit the field. It also helps out his Miraidons, by the way, so he's going to take 120 from the following turn, but, you know, it's not the end for Jimbo. It's not the end for Jimbo. Unless there's another Turo and then he just pops off. I don't know, but that's just another thing. But he does have access to Copycat in the following turn, so he could definitely shuffle his hand and draw what he needs. There's a Baxcalibur, a turn late. A turn late, unfortunately. We're gonna get the double charge here for sure. Throwing out the one in the back so you don't lose the energy. Smart play. Oh, he's just gonna Pokeball into it. That's unfortunate because he's just gonna have so much more energy to work with. That was just a nasty play, I'm not gonna lie. This thing is just gonna hit like a truck. And in the following turn, it's gonna hit for 180 without weakness, so... yeah, it's kind of over. Good games to both players for sure. Well played to Missing Note, GG's. That was an insane match to wrap up, today's stream. We're going to be playing Top Cut tomorrow, so be on the lookout for Top Cut. It's going to be insane. One thing I do want to discuss, let's check this out. Let's go into the decks. Because this deck has just seen an explosion, like almost just overnight. Let me see if we can find the correct here. It's like so random that it'll probably be like all the way here. Let me see if I can. Alright. The rise of Mega Blaziken and Greninja is kind of insane. I am not going to lie. Look at all these results. Literally, since yesterday, it has been overpopulated in the metagame. Seagun made a post about this. This deck having a good like 85% win rate, and just overall has been seen two number one spots, and it's kind of insane. Let's just take a quick peek at this. The new version to play this deck is utilizing the new Juliana card that allows you to search the stage 2 for free, and then you're using that one cast form for the hiking trail, and then Heatmore opens up Cyrus Place for sure. So like this deck is kind of insane, and overall, like, hey, it's working, and it's working for a reason. But like it's like one of those random decks that you don't expect to work, but like look at the matchup spread here too. Like all it really lost to that one day is itself. It just missed around, and then it just popped off and went undefeated basically. Yeah. And if we go and check out the other one, right? It's playing literally the same build, card for card, and only lost to like a Mega Scizor, surprisingly to a Mega Scizor, but it beat everything else, even like the Miraidons. So this deck is popping off, and you know, while it's popular, might as well take advantage and try to play it and see how you fare. But let's see some gameplay of this deck. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the tournament, guys. Thank you guys for coming through. We'll see you next time, and yeah, peace.
Thank you.